This is SCAC Men's Basketball Media Days, and joining us today from Kerrville, Texas is the Schreiner University men's basketball team head coach Connor Kirkendall and senior guard Steven Guerrero. And first of all, gentlemen, thank you both so much for taking the time out and joining us today.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Coach, we'll start with you. You've been with this program going into your third year now, but this is your first year as head coach. Just tell us a little bit about the transition from being an assistant coach with the team to being the head coach of the team.
Well, it's pretty exciting. Like I said, been here the previous 2 years working under Coach Jimmy Smith, who's now at Texas Lutheran. I was able to learn a lot under him, and he kind of gave me the freedom to do some things with a team that normal head coaches normally don't give their assistants, and so that's definitely made the adjustment a little bit easier. Being familiar with the guys and being familiar with myself has definitely helped as well. I think the biggest thing so far is just kind of getting used to the fact that whatever I decide at the end of the day is going to what's going to happen to the program is going to be the major impact decision. Whereas in the past I was the one just kind of giving my opinion to the head coach, and he could take it for what it was. But that's been the biggest adjustment so far, just kind of understanding that every decision I make is going to have an impact on the program, and I really got to look at all different angles and make sure I make the right one.
Coach, let me stay with you. Just share with us your expectations and goals for the upcoming season.
Well, I think our goals and expectations are probably just like everyone else at this time of year. We want to be playing that last weekend, the last game of the conference tournament up in Dallas, competing for a championship. And right now, we're not looking too far ahead. Our first goal is to go up to Oregon and compete and try to get 2 wins from 2 talented teams up there. We know it's going to be tough, and I think our overall goal is just to get better, and hopefully at the end of the year just be competing for a SCAC conference championship. And I think this year's competition is going to be wide open. I think there's a lot of good teams from top to bottom, and the thing about our conference is no matter who you play on any given night, you can win or lose, and I think that's what makes the conference special. And so we just hope to, at the end, be competing for a championship.
Steven, let me turn to you. Just share with us the excitement level. You guys open up on Saturday in Oregon against Pacific. Just what's the excitement level among yourself, among your team, to start this new season?
I think the excitement for us, as a cohesive unit, is extremely high right now. We had our scrimmage against a very talented junior college team the second weekend of practice, and we've had a little 3-week gap since then. So right now we're pretty antsy, but we're just excited to get the season rolling.
Coach, let me turn back to you. You have 5 seniors on this team, including Steven. How vital are they to the team's success this year?
We know they're huge. I think what makes the senior class special and different than most senior classes is now they're going on playing for their 3rd head coach in their time here at Schreiner. So they've been able to get to play under some different coaching styles. Been around me now for 3 years, both as an assistant and as a head coach. And so, you got a guy like Steve who is just, the perfect teammate and perfect leader, a guy that makes my job a lot easier. There's times during practice when it almost seems like he's stopping the drill to correct the guys before I get a chance to. And like I said, he's every coach's dream. He's a talented player as well. We got Hollis Robinson, who is just a high energy guy. We're going to look for him this year to be kind of our perimeter defender, guy who can match up against different guys. We got 2 guards, Charlie Nunez and Dustin Lindner, who have been kind of in the reserve roles for us the past 2 years. Guys that really can shoot it. Kind of moving them around in positions in our offense, and so I think they're going to help us out. Can really shoot the ball, hopefully stretch the defense out a little bit. And then we got Ryan Evans, a 6'6" forward who actually set out last year. He's returning now for his 5th year. Kind of a big body down low, very solid defensively. Brings some toughness down low inside that's going to really help us.
Steven, I'll turn back to you. Throughout the preseason process, what have you been seeing from this team as one of the senior floor generals, one of the leaders on this team? What have you seen throughout the preseason?
I think the thing I've noticed most is the strides in our team experience. I think we've shown a lot of improvement in terms of our maturity on the floor. we had a very young group last year, and I think this year we've made huge strides. And I think right now with all the excitement we have and with that newfound maturity that we have, it's going to make us very dangerous if we keep improving.
Stephen, let me stay with you. What is the importance, being one of the 5 seniors on this team? Describe to me the importance of being a leader on this team, and what does it mean to you?
Well, to me personally, it means it means a lot. Actually, we have a very talented group, and for me to be even one of the leaders on this team, it really shows a lot to me. And to answer your other question, it's just, I don't know how else to explain it. It's just a great feeling. I really can't explain it any other way. It's a very great feeling. I'm proud to be one of the leaders on this team.
This is SCAC Men's Basketball Media Days. We're here with the Schreiner University Mountaineers men's basketball team. Head coach Connor Kirkendall and senior guard Steven Guerrero. Coach, I'm going to come back to you. Let's break it down a little bit. Let's start with your backcourt and your guards. Tell me a little bit about them, what you've seen from them throughout the preseason, and who you think is really going to emerge coming into the season.
Well, I think our biggest key coming into, on the perimeter is obviously Steve, a guy who the past year played point guard for us. He's not your typical point guard, and I think this year we're going to look to play him a little bit more off the ball. And so that's what kind of excites me, is I think that he's kind of what's going to make the perimeter go. Like I say, he's a good leader, a guy who can shoot, a guy who can post up, do different things. And then we got a couple other point guards are really getting better over the past 2 years. Both of them are sophomores, Nathan Robbins and Adrian Marine. Guys have really improved over the past year, both in the weight room and just kind of their overall skill set. We got a sophomore, Jared Thompson, who I think has really improved. He got better as the year went along last year. And so far, he's shooting the ball really well and playing better defensively, which was a big thing for him last year. And so I'm really excited about him. And obviously, we got Charlie Nunez and Dustin Linder, guys who can really stretch the defense. And Christian Pena, who's just a high-energy guy, plays extremely hard no matter what we're doing, drill, warm-ups, whatever the case may be. And he's actually really improved his skill set over the past year as well. I'm really excited to see what he can bring to the table. And then you obviously got Hollis Robinson, who we mentioned earlier, as a senior for us, can kind of play inside and out. We're going to look to play him mostly on the perimeter early on. But like I said, a guy is 6'4", athletic, can play different positions and guard on different guys as well in the perimeter. So I'm really excited about the guys we have. We got a good mixture of guys who can attack off the dribble, guys who can shoot it. So I'm really excited. I think we got a good group.
Coach, let's stay with that and let's move to the front court and talk about some of your post players.
Well, I'm really excited about our post guys. I think, last year is playing mostly freshmen inside. It was tough at times, and then now those guys, like I said, with the 4 main guys we have inside, 3 of those guys are sophomores, and so their maturity level has really grown over the past year. We got Wes Miller, who kind of, I think as the year went on last year, really played well for us in conference play. It was all, honorable mention all conference. He's really made some strides as well. Philip Key, I'm really excited about what his future holds. 6'8", he's athletic and long. When he plays hard, he's really effective for us. And then Dustin Burcutt, another sophomore, really gotten better. Shooting the ball a lot better, I think, than what he did last year. I think he's finally playing what he's capable of doing. And then Ryan Evans, who's back for his 5th year. Like I said, he kind of adds some toughness and some experience down there for us that those guys can kind of talk to and lean on. Like I said, he's been around the block now, and so like I said, I think we got a good group down low. Like I said, we're still young for the most part, so we're still going to have some ups and downs at times. But I think the future's bright there.
Stephen, let me come back to you. This is a team that won 15 games a year ago. Really did some great things. Made some history at Schreiner University. How do you build off that, first of all? What do you take from last year that you can bring into this year? And then kind of share with us, what are some of the goals just for yourself and the team this year?
I think the biggest thing we can take from last year in those 15 wins is, I think in those 15 wins we played very well on the defensive end. And I think at times we were a little bit inconsistent with that last year. I think that's why we struggled at times, especially early on. So I think if we take that, we can take that away from last year, carry that over on into this year with that mindset, completely commit ourselves to that side of the floor. And if we just play hard there, I think we can be a very successful team. And some of our goals, we have this conversation every single day. I have it with Coach, myself, and we have it as a collective group, is we need to, like I said, commit ourselves completely to the defensive end. And I think if we do that, it's just going to make everything easier. And I think everybody has that same big goal, kind of like Coach said earlier. You want to be competing for that last game in March, in Dallas, competing for that conference championship.
Coach, coming back to you, 9 sophomores on the team as well as 3 newcomers coming in. So you have some youth on the team, but some talent as well, especially from that sophomore class, some guys really making some impacts a year ago. First of all, tell me about the sophomores. What have you seen from their transition from their first year of collegiate ball to their second year? And then just tell me how the newcomers are doing in preseason and how they'll impact this team.
Well, I think the sophomores are going to be key for us, and they were big for us last year, and like I said, they're not your typical sophomores. They had a lot of experience. We kind of threw them out there from the beginning last year, and they were able to get a lot of playing time as freshmen. At one point, I think we were playing 9 freshmen, 9 minutes or more last season, and so now those guys are sophomores, and we tell them every day, hey, you're no longer looked as freshmen. You guys have the experience. They're just as accountable, and I expect the same from them as I do my seniors, because, like I said, as freshmen they were playing. And one of the things that's really excited me is to see their maturity level really get better over the past year. Now, we still have our ups and downs because they're still our sophomores, so they're still young. But for the most part, just the way they handle themselves away from the floor, getting themselves ready for practice, I think is really something I've noticed. And what's going to excite me now, especially this weekend, is seeing that carry over to when we get into game prep and doing scouting and stuff like that. But the sophomore class is going to be big for us, not only this year but the future. I think they got a bright future ahead. You got guys like Wes Miller, Maverick Harris, who I forgot to mention earlier, a guy who led the league in 3-point shooting last year. If he's got his feet set and he's got some space, he's probably going to make it. And he's really gotten better on the defensive end. We got guys like Jared Thompson, who's really improved. Philip Key, Dustin Burcutt, guys like that. So I'm excited for the future with that group. They got to continue to improve. And not be satisfied, which so far so good with that. And I think our freshmen, I'm really excited about them. We didn't bring in too many new guys, 3 guys total. 2 of them actually are kind of banged up right now. But the first one is Luis Mancias. He's a point guard down from the Valley. He's a tough kid, man. He plays extremely hard on both ends. He's a yes or no sir kind of guy, and wants to get better. He's always asking questions about things he can look to improve on. And I think he's going to help us, whether it be early or come conference play. But at some point, he's going to make a difference in what we're trying to do. And then Keenan Gums, a freshman from Cibolo, Texas. He's been banged up. He's starting to get back into the swing of things in practice. He's athletic. Guy can really score. He can shoot it. Can attack off the dribble, and long and athletic. I'm really excited about what he can bring to the table. And then we got a 6'6" freshman, Blake Kelly, who's from El Paso. He's going to be out for a little bit longer. He's probably got 3 or 4 more weeks before he's actually, I think, close to 100%. He had an operation on his knee. But 6'6", has good size, good skill set, can kind of play inside and out. He's a guy that's going to help us, and for me, I'm really looking for him hopefully to make an impact come conference play and not really rush him back into too much too soon. But like I said, I got 3 good freshmen I think are guys that are going to help us at some point during the year.
We'll get you both out on this final question. Steven, starting with you. For Schreiner to meet its goals and expectations in 2014-15, what will be some of the keys to success?
First key, kind of like, I know it's going to sound very, very repetitive, but for us to be 100% committed on the defensive end. Secondly, I think it's just going to be for us to just go out and play hard. I think, we're at our best whenever we commit ourselves defensively and just go out and play hard as a collective group.
Coach, I'll ask you the same question. What will be the key to success in 2014-15 for Schreiner?
Well, I think one of the things is for us, one, to get healthy, and then remain healthy throughout the year. I think, obviously, come conference tournament time and conference play, you want to have your best players on the floor. So that's going to be key for us is to get everybody healthy and remain that way. And obviously Steve's brought it up a few times. Our biggest key right now is just going to be on the defensive end. I think we have guys who can guard, different positions. It's just going to be about energy and effort. I say it to the guys every day. Good defensive teams don't bring it every now and then; they bring it every day and continue to work. And so that's one of our main goals. And I think if we can guard with good effort and pay attention to what we want to do in the scouting report, I think we're going to be in every game on the schedule. And so that's going to be huge for us. I think another thing is just remaining what we talked about, remaining a family. Playing for the guy sitting next to you in the huddle, not worried so much about your individual goals, but the overall team goals. And I think if our guys can stay on that level and stay committed and together, I think we can make some noise this year come conference time.
This has been SCAC Men's Basketball Media Days with the Schreiner University Mountaineers head coach Connor Kirkendall and senior guard Steven Guerrero. And gentlemen, again, we thank you so much for taking time out and joining us to discuss the upcoming season. And we wish you and the team good luck in the upcoming season.
Thanks. Happy birthday, James.